So somebody asked me a question the other day of how you eliminate or how you deal with fear in trading. I mean, fear when you're in the trade and you're watching it and you're praying to whatever deity you believe in, sitting on your hands, hoping, praying, wishing, swearing, cursing at the screen, wanting it desperately to go your way. How do you handle that kind of fear? Because every beginning trader has those moments. If they don't, one, they're honestly lying to themselves. And two, it happens to everybody. When I started trading, I had the same responses everybody else had. Everybody looks at me and goes, "Man, you're good at this. Man, you're calm. Nothing flawed. Nothing bothers you." That's because I went through that valley of the dark soul like everybody else did. I looked at that abyss and I saw myself staring back and I realized what I was doing wrong. Every time you get into a trade and you have to sit and pray and pray and pray that something is actually going to go your direction, that's your indication that you're trading too much money. You're over trading. Now, when I say over trading, I don't mean you're chasing a play and you're going back in, going out, going in, but that's churning. It's different. I mean, you're investing too much of your trading budget in one position. And your instincts and your mind and your math know it. If you lose $5 on the street and you've got 5,000 in your pocket, you're going to chuckle and go, "Oh man, no big deal. Yeah, there goes Starbucks or whatever." But if you only have $10 to your name and you lose that $5, you're going to respond a whole bunch differently because that's 50% of your budget, 50% of your ready cash. Same thing with over trading. People get scared when they're trading too much money that deep down they know they can't afford to lose. You see, rich people, successful people, look at the percentage of their net worth, calculate risk, and act accordingly. If this works, fine. If it doesn't, it's this much of a percentage of what I can afford to play with. People with financial challenge, those are the people we want to help, look at everything about cost. Oh man, if this play doesn't work, it's going to cost me this much money. It's going to cost me this much of my budget. Man, it's going to cost me all this money. It's a mindset thing. Rich people, successful people, wealthy people look at things and go, this is a percentage. This is what I can afford to do. They're not emotional about it. People with financial challenge look at things, what they cost, they get emotional about it. The answer to both of those things are the same. If you're scared in a trade, it's because you're investing or playing with or utilizing or using too much of your budget. Deep down, you know you can't afford to have that go south because it will be detrimental or dangerous or destroy you. And you know deep down you have to either refund the account or you can't make it back, or it's highly unlikely you will. So you're over trading too much of your capital. How do you avoid that from happening? Back to the homework. Every morning, look at your budget. Look at what you're planning on investing. Look at how you feel, how much you want to risk, et cetera, et cetera. Then look at the environment, the trading environment. Right now, we're sitting in a very choppy, scary, uncertain trading environment. So that should be part of your consideration in your homework. Is it likely something's going to have a problem? Is it likely that things are going to chop? Is it likely I'm going to make X or Y? Chances are less, unless you're experienced in this kind of market, unless you can handle fear and FOMO, that you will. So you need to act accordingly. It might mean you have less days where trades happen. You have more no trading days. And people act like, wow, I'm never going to make my goals happen. Well, you definitely will make your goals happen if you lose your account by chasing budgets that you can't afford. So what you need to do is you need to stop, reassess, go back to the homework. Simple, easy, hard to do, but that's the answer. Now, what do you do when you think everything has gone to heck and you don't know how to put it back together? I've had that happen 100 times. When I first started trading, I had a little pink sticky note that I'd stick on the corner of my computer screen that said, if I made $250 in a month, I was happy. I was amazed. I was stunned. Then I rapidly realized that was pretty unlikely. And suddenly I was changing that goal. If I made $250 in 90 days, net profit, I was pretty thrilled. I kept changing the goal until I realized the goal will always change and it'll never be certain unless I change what I'm doing. And the minute I shifted that mindset and became more sure in what I was doing my homework, sticking to my plan, not breaking the rules that I made for anybody or anything, then that 250 sticky notes suddenly became 250 a week. Then it became 250 a day. Then it became 250 a trade. Then I added a zero. The goal didn't change. Well, I guess it sort of did. But the mindset around achieving it was what had to shift to make any goal happen. When you're trading and you're terrified, it means that you know deep down you don't have the skill set to duplicate this. So it is a level of FOMO, I suppose. But most people, when they are really terrified or scared, crapless in the middle of a trade, it's because they're investing too much on one position and they're not certain if it's going to go their way. Well, my logical answer would be, if you weren't certain or very likely sure it was going to go your way, why did you take it in the first place? See, we live and die as traders by laws of probability, likelihood. It's not chance, it's likelihood. Percentage of risk, percentage of reward, the odds in our favor. Not like a gambler, because our odds are influenced by the world, but we do live and die by the likelihood of success. If you are uncertain to a high likelihood, to the point that you're terrified in a trade that it's not going to go your way, why are you there? Why are you catching the falling knife? Why are you standing in the middle of traffic? You're fairly sure you're going to get hit by a car. Why not stand on the sidelines, let the car go by? Why not let the knife hit the floor? Don't try to catch it. Don't get involved. Too often as traders, we think if we are not trading, we're not succeeding. That's an utter lie. That's a lie based on the people that keep you enslaved by working for a wage. If you're not doing something, you must not be productive. Well, in trading, it's kind of the opposite. If we're not trading, we're still successful because we've judged the market and we've judged the situation as not advantageous to us, and we've chosen to wait and withdraw. There's only 3 ways to win a battle. Either step on the battlefield and win. You let the enemy come to you and you reach a stalemate. Or you choose, if you know you can't win, to never step on that field. Wait for more advantageous ground. Too often people try to force a battle or force a trade when there's not one there, and then they get terrified because they know they've done the wrong thing. And the market doesn't care about you. It just eats you up, laughs at you, spits you out, makes you do it again. But this time you're a little more gun shy, you're a little more hurt, you're a little less rich and quite a bit more broke, and you don't know quite as confidently moving as you were before. So you've not only taken the financial hit, everything's taken a hit. Your emotions, your mental game, your spirit, your budget, all of it's taken a hit. It's not worth the risk if you're not sure. How do you know you're sure? Homework. 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 If you can't explain to a 10-year-old why you're doing something without the math and without the formulas and without the general difficulties of trading, but if you can't explain to a 10-year-old or a normal civilian why you took this position, basing it on fact, not fear, basing it on information, not just news, then you probably shouldn't be doing it because you don't truly understand it yourself and you're hoping. So that's how you get rid of fear in trading. Don't get into something you can't afford. Don't trade more than you can afford to risk. Look at trades as a percentage, not as a cost of your overall lifestyle, overall budget, overall time. No trade is just as important as a successful trade. And always, always, always do your homework. Hope that answers some of those questions.